PK52, the Saturday morning meeting. I did some tweeting and some Facebook posts last week. Got super excited about a program that really I wasn't in the loop on. I found out about it on the internet, and so I got some of the information, the way I relay the information via Twitter, caught some eyes of Toyota. So let me talk about what's going on. In a few years ago, we had some leasing incentives on Toyota certified used vehicles. Was one of the biggest things that's ever happened with certified vehicles. A lot of dealers across the nation took advantage of it, and a lot of customers got tremendous bargains on great quality Toyota vehicles they could drive for a few years. Well, Toyota stepped back in the game, and we now have incentivized Toyota certified used vehicle leases again on a couple of units. Avalon, that would be gasoline and hybrid Avalons, 2015 and 16 models with under 60,000 miles. These vehicles qualify. And the Prius 2015, 2016 hatchbacks qualify. I want to go through this, don't normally use notes and everything, but I'll make sure I don't make a mistake again. Tier 1 plus customers that come in your dealership qualify for 0.00085 money factor. Rule of thumb on leasing is if there's 3 zeros before the first number or 4 zeros, you really always want to spin the numbers on a lease and make sure that we're not missing something for the customer. So this put this at a tremendous money factor. The dealers that are excluded on this program would be the private distributorships. Currently, right now, Gulf States and Southeast Toyota does not have this program, but if you're a Toyota Motor North America dealer, so that'd be outside the private distributorships, this is available for you through the certified program. Again, 2015 and 16 vehicles qualify. That'd be Avalon, gas and hybrid, and hatchback Prius. Make sure you check on Dealer Daily. I said on Twitter there was a $500 cashback. Okay, cashback is synonymous to me to any time the customer gets money that they didn't have to come out of their pocket. So cashback, rebates, these terms have been thrown out there. I misused the term on my Twitter account this week and my Facebook account. So let's go back and say that again. So I have on the Avalon, I have a $500 residual bump. For example, if the residual on the Avalon was going to be on a regular Toyota certified used vehicle lease was going to be $10,000, it's now $10,500. So they're taking and raising the residual on the vehicle. By raising the residual on the vehicle, it immediately affects the monthly payment. So that's something you want to look into. Now, the cool thing about it is when you look at Prius hatch, they're going to do it by $1,000. So if the Prius hatch, if the residual is going to be, again, I use the example of $10,000, it would now be $11,000. So what that does is it doesn't give the customer physical cash back, but what it does is it takes that amount that we lease, the difference between the residual and the selling price of the vehicle, and reduces that, which immediately reduces the payments on a 36-month lease. Tier 1 plus and Tier 1, there's no security deposit. So the normal $200 security deposit is waived. So there's some extra incentive right there for the customer to look at this. And I'm going to give you one more hint in this segment of the Saturday morning meeting. If you're really familiar with leasing, and I'm not talking about that you lease a few vehicles to your customers, but you sit down with the customers and they see you as a leasing authority. The customer comes in, they've got a Camry to trade in. They're interested in getting a certified Avalon. They haven't thought about leasing at all because, to be honest with you, the leasing numbers over the last year, really, unless the vehicle is a super low mileage vehicle, haven't been the greatest and everything. They've been okay, but we haven't spun a whole lot of leases. This changes everything. But they've got some equity, or they've said they have some money down to do their next transaction for the certified vehicle. So you can actually buy security deposits, up to 9 additional security deposits, or the customer can do a one pay, so pay the full lease up front, and that's going to reduce the overall money factor even lower than the 0.00085 or 00095. So what I'm going to do, and try not to get myself in further trouble today, is make sure when you're looking at a situation with a customer who has some equity in a trade or money down, that you can further reduce the money factor, which is going to further reduce the payment on the vehicle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this to you guys right now, and that kind of takes away from my mistweet of last week. Again, the cashback I was saying, I used as a synonymous term of we're giving the customer money that they didn't come in with. In this case, it's in the form of raising the residual. The only downside to that would be to the customer, so that you have the complete story, is that if after the 36 months the customer decided to buy the Prius that they did on this special lease or buy the Avalon, what we've done is we've raised the residual so their purchase price would include that extra $500 or $1,000 because that residual has physically been raised. So this really works better for a customer that's looking at, I'm going to get this vehicle, I'm going to drive it for 36 months, and I'm going to give it back to you guys, and I'm going to get another vehicle. Remember the biggest advantages of leasing. I reduce the monthly payment. We'll talk about that in the next Saturday morning meeting that comes next weekend. And I'm going to give you exact numbers. So I may get in trouble again, but I'm going to give you exact numbers. So it reduces the monthly payment. So you take that monthly payment reduction number times the number of months, which in this case will be 36, and then you get your total amount of payment savings. If you don't want to call it savings, let's call it payment reduction. But that is money that I'm not spending to drive the car. On the back side of this, technology's rampant, gang. We are changing. I mean, we've got autonomous cars coming. Everybody thinks that's not a real thing. You'll be able to get in your car, maybe get your seatbelt comfortable, lean your seat back, and go to mom's house. And the car's going to drive you to mom's house. As that technology gets better and better, cars that you physically have to drive and steer and accelerate and brake and pay attention while you're driving will be worth less money. Every time technology takes a jump, the technology of the past takes a hit. Well, leasing a vehicle, whether it's a new car lease or a certified lease, means that all you pay for is what you contracted for. If the market changed, I'm not talking about mileage, and I'm not talking about damage, but if the market changes on the value of the vehicle, including the $1,000 bump that we did on Prius, if the market's below that, you don't owe the difference. So if the market on a car changed by another $1,000 or $2,000, or if you traded the car in, you would lose that money based upon current market value. On a lease, not only did you save the payment reduction, you also guaranteed yourself against market loss. So leasing is always an alternative. Biggest advantage over this program, as I see it right now, is a customer comes in unexpected. They're not looking to lease a certified vehicle. We now have a program that really will work, so you do an A and a B pencil. We just got a program that works right now, and this program is going to go from 1/3, so we started on the 3rd of January, and the program expires on April the 30th. So during that period of time, when you come back for that first pencil with a customer, you go, here's your payment on a 60-month retail based upon current rates. And we have a special program for a few months with Toyota on this particular vehicle you're looking at today, and here's your payment if you do a 36-month lease. Would you like me to explain how this works? If the payment is over $100 difference between the two vehicles, then the customer looks at it, and the nice thing about it is now their decision isn't, am I going to get the vehicle or not? Am I going to buy this vehicle or go shop somewhere else? It's going to be, do I want to retail finance this vehicle, or do I want to get this vehicle under the new certified lease that's good through the end of April? This has been PK52 with an alert. Man, I love it when TFS and Toyota Motor North America get together and take care of our customers. This is really like a give back to the customers. We have ample of these products coming back off lease. They're available for the customer, and nothing's better than having something available when the program works. Tell your used car managers, your GMs and GSMs to single out these vehicles on the online auction because these vehicles work under a lease. Casey Nix. See you next week. We'll do the numbers.